Hey y'all, checking in with y'all. I want to wish y'all happy Friday. It's the weekend, y'all, and I want to give y'all a update with my neighbor and her garbage. Oh, why do I even have to have this conversation? Anyway, y'all, if you were on a couple of days ago, y'all, I was talking about my neighbor. What should I do because she has her garbage outside of her door, right? I say an apartment, and when I come in, I have to smell her garbage. When I go out, I have to look at her garbage. Hey, whoever that is, thanks for joining, right? So I gotta look at this lady's garbage, right? So I asked y'all what should I do, and some of y'all was giving me some crazy answers, but nevertheless, I appreciate the help. But y'all, so I told y'all I don't like confrontation, right? But if you approach me, yeah, you might get an earful, right? But I'll start nothing with nobody, right? But here is this lady, having her garbage out. So I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm always trying to put two and two together and find out, if somebody is toxic. Well, maybe they had a bad childhood. That's the irony of my job, right? I always have to go backward to go forward, right? When I'm dealing with my clients. So, I was saying, well, maybe, I know she got a cat, and when I was young, I had a pet, but they died, so I never really had another one. Never really got another one as an adult. But anyway, I'm thinking, and for you guys who are pet owners, maybe you can help me out, okay? So maybe she's, it's kitty litter. I'm thinking that's what it is. It's probably kitty litter, and she's sitting out in a bag because some of the bags are never full. Well, sometimes they are, but this recent one wasn't full, right? So I'm thinking maybe it's kitty litter that she has to throw away. So she's just putting it outside of our door because if you don't, I know from having clients going into their house, and one day I went to this client's house, right, and they had a whole bunch of cats. So I have allergies, asthma, nasal. I'm always nasal, right? And then you can't drive. I know they say I can't drive. I told you from a 1 to 10, I'm a strong 5.5. But anyway, I get to where I gotta go, right? Anyway, so I went to this client's house, right? So my nose is always stopped up. Anyway, y'all, I went to this client's house, and my nose, everything was clear. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is that? Do they have some type of something where a humidifier or something like that? And my coworker told me, she said it's cat pee. Because they had all these cats, and she said when she went in there, because we had to go one behind the other, we had to rotate some time. She said she couldn't breathe because of the cat pee. So I'm like, dang. So now that I'm getting this information from her, I'm like, oh my God. It just went all through me, right? And now my eyes was watering and things, because I'm telling you, it was strong. So, they had a lot of cats. So maybe the lady is changing her cat litter. So what do y'all think? So, I prayed about it. I prayed about it. I was like, Lord, I can't take this no more because her garbage is stinks. You know, sometimes of course, you gonna smell what somebody have in their garbage. So I was like, Lord, I can't take this no more. So y'all, I called I called the property manager. So y'all, now I feel guilty. I feel like a black Karen. But I'm like, I'm paying my rent and I gotta deal with this. And so when I told her, ma'am, I have to live with these ladies, so you know, maybe you could just do a general, because she asked me who it was too. She was like, who was it? And I, you know, of course I had to tell her. And she was saying, I said, well, I have to live with these ladies, so could you, in my mind I was like, because I ain't trying to be fighting nobody in my old age, right? I ain't trying to be fighting nobody in my old age. So I said, could you just do something general and everything, and just, you know, let them know not to keep the garbage in there because it's getting hot. You got nets and bugs and everything like that. And even though, you know, the apartment sprays, I do my own spraying, y'all. I will get some bug spray, you know, the one, I can't remember the name, but I'll get some and spray in my apartment. I'll do my own carpet, you know, things like that, right? So yeah, I'm a black Karen now. I was like, oh, I feel like a snitch. I feel like a tattletale. I feel like a tattletale. I feel like, oh, I really kind of feel bad, but I'm like, then again, you know, I shouldn't have to live like that, right? So yeah, so I hope y'all have an amazing day. We'll see what happens, you know, when she talks or sends an email or puts something out to these girls, right? I was thinking, my sister was like, yeah, you used to be a tattletale back in the day. That's why we didn't let y'all go nowhere. She said that's why they didn't let me go nowhere with them, because I was always telling on them. So I was like, dang it. I was just trying to make sure y'all was safe. When I was a tattletale back in the day, but I was like, oh wait, you know. But hopefully things work out. Okay. Right, I like you. I like you too. Thanks for joining, y'all. Listen to my rant. Thanks for joining. I love y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing day. I hope the sun shines in your life. I pray that, you know, whoever is going through something, that you make it through. Y'all, on another note, I went to a funeral yesterday, and you know, the person that was doing the eulogy, she was talking about leaving a legacy, right? And you know, thinking about the things that you have done in your life, what will people say about you, right? Will people say that you're you know, you're an awful person, right? You never tried to help nobody, you never tried to reach out to nobody, everything that you said was negative, everything, you never sowed good seeds, you know, when you had the opportunity to give and share, you never did that, right? And I was like, wow, you know, just looking back over my life, because, you know, I'm not perfect, but I want to, you know, make a difference, right? And I was just, the really got to me, because it was my nephew's grandfather. So within these 3 years, my nephew, this is his great grandfather. He lost 2 great grandparents. My mother, who was very significant in his life, because my niece, she was going to nursing school and things like that. Now he loses his grandfather. So y'all, when I seen my nephew, I was like, oh my God, right? So they asked me to read the eulogy. And I was mispronouncing a couple of names, but I was like, look, I don't know y'all really. But it was so sad to see him, just cry and everything. It's not, it's hard when you lose a loved one. He was very close to his great grandfather. How many of us have that privilege of being close to your great grandfather, right? Now his grandfather is deceased, right? So he kind of took in, filled in for his grandfather. But she was just saying, what will people say about you, right? In your absence, right? What will people say about you? It's so important to try to be the best person you can be, right? To have good intentions. So many people are jealous and envious of other people. They don't want to see a person do good. They want to see people fail. It's people around you right now that want to see you fall. They want to see you fail, right? But thank God that he will make your enemies your footstool. Come on now. Come on, somebody. He will make your enemies your footstool. So you got to rise above that. Sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader, right? Sometimes you got to use that inner and outer voice to tell yourself, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be all right despite of, right? And you have to, there's so many people that I deal with that have anxiety and have depression. You got to move past that. You got to work on it day by day, because those things will take you under, right? So I pray for y'all. I'm almost at work, y'all have an amazing weekend. Don't let nobody steal your joy, your peace, right? Fight for your peace, right? Do something good for somebody, right? It's not all about you. This is a shared universe, right? Do something good for somebody. Don't be so selfish, right? And I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. And guess what, y'all? I'm at work. And I'm early. I'm usually running late, right? I'm usually running late, and I want y'all to have an amazing day. God is so good, y'all. And you know what? Have a good weekend, okay? Hey, Curtis, thank you for joining. Hey, what do you mean? Oh, I'm almost done, Blueberry. You late. You late to the party. Okay, y'all. Have an amazing day, okay? Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. Y'all be blessed.